Sarah here with Nest Happy. I'm going to tell you about a mantra that you need to drill into your brain. This mantra truly changed what used to be a cluster F-bomb that went off in my house into, what I have going on today, which is a really happy, clutter-free home. And the one touch, this is the mantra, the one touch rule really did it for me. Now, I read a blog post a few years ago. I think it was a blog post. I don't even know at this point. But someone wrote about the one touch rule. And it makes a lot of sense. And it's something that I never learned growing up because if you know me, I come from a family of hoarders. And my family loves it when I talk about them. But, our house, it was pretty cluttered. My little sister, Heidi, I love you to death, had a junk pile in my parents' bedroom. That was where she collected all her stuff. And so that's the house I grew up in, and I turned out differently, right? So I don't like to clean, but I love to organize, and this one-touch mantra has really changed my life. And it's one of the pillars of my business and what I want to teach you. So a few other pillars, of course, is letting go of things, learning about living with less, and there's a video for that. The second pillar is all about point of use, and I have a lot of videos about point of use, so you go watch those. And the third one is this one. This is the one-touch rule. All right? Now, what is the one-touch rule? So when you come home and you have stuff in your hand, usually what do? You put it down on the first available flat horizontal surface you can find in your home. Or maybe it's just on the floor. Or maybe it's just, the kids have to go potty and need a snack and whatever. You just put it down. So if possible, and I know sometimes this is difficult, if you have one thing in your hand and it's a hair thing, you go and you put it down in the spot of where the hair thing goes. If it's a piece of mail, it should go into your physical inbox. If it is a backpack, it should go on the hook that you have for the backpack. And so that's why points of use is really important, where you want to provide a true home for things at the point of where you're actually using it or needing to put it down. So go watch that video if you haven't already and to learn more about that. But point of use and setting yourself up for success will make this one-touch rule executed more often on a daily basis, where you just won't put it down on the first available surface. So you can also, stepping back a minute, analyze what you have collecting on surfaces, or at the end of the day when it's time to clean up a little bit, what things are being left out to clean up. So that's where perhaps you set yourself up a little bit better. But then from there, you want to say, okay, what if I didn't have to clean this up? What if I had already put it back in its home? And that's what the one-touch rule is. How many times do you want to touch that object before it goes somewhere? And most things just kind of move around your house. And some people call it drifts of paperwork, for instance. How many times do you want to touch that piece of paper that maybe it's a junk mail thing or a coupon or, something that you might have to do? How many times do you want to touch that paper before it's actually taken care of, put in your car if it's a coupon, or maybe it's just junk? And how many times do your eyeballs look at that piece of paper? How many times do you touch it before it actually goes into the recycling bin? And what the one-touch rule does is to minimize that. I mean, you don't have time to touch that piece of junk mail 3 times before it ends up in the recycling. So just get really real, and I want you to hear my brain or somebody else's, not my brain. I want you to hear my voice or somebody else's voice when you're about to put something down. Say one touch, or one touch, or come at you. One touch. So just touch it one time, put it where it goes, all right? So another example or way to say this is actually my neighbor. So I live next to a hoarder, if you didn't know that, and my hoarding neighbor, I'm trying to remember how he phrased it. He said it was the number of transitions. So you want to minimize the number of transitions this object you pick up goes through. So ideally, you want it to be the one touch. But sometimes it goes through 7 different transitions before you put it somewhere. So that's what it's all about. I hope this makes sense. I'm trying to think if I need to provide you another example, but I really want you to think about that next time you have something in your hand, you're about to put it down, and take that extra effort to walk a few steps and actually put it away. And I do this every single day. Today I had a hair thing in my hand, and I walked the extra few steps and put it to where all my hair things go, because I don't want to deal with clutter. I don't have the time to pick up things at the end of the day. So if you like this video, I really want to hear from you in the comments on this one. I want you to give me an example of how you could use this, or at the end of the day today, if you've actually implemented this one-touch rule, this mantra in your life, write down what it was that you did with it, or what was the object that you applied this one-touch rule to. All right, thanks so much. See you in the next video. Bye.